Okay, well, I wanted to go ahead and get that over with. Get her on the ground. That way when I lay her down for the first time, I'm not in shock. You know, just get that over with. Okay. Yep. Not bad at all. Okay, there's been a lot of videos already, obviously, on the new 2022 KLR650s regarding the specifications of the bikes and all that. I'm not really going to focus on that. So the first few videos of the first rides here are just going to be my thoughts. I'm not going to really talk too much about the specifications of the bike because we all know what they are at this point, so I'm not going to waste your time with that. However, one thing I noticed immediately upon riding the bike is that from the foot peg to the passenger foot peg, there seems to be less space. And I was looking at pictures of my 2012 model, and the foot peg used to be like up here. Here's I think the brake master cylinder rear brake, and that foot peg was up there, I believe. It looked like anyway. So I keep hitting this on both sides with my boots. So I'm just going to take this peg off. I'll just throw it in. I've got a new Pelican case coming for the back here. And, you know, I'll mention this too. The hole's already drilled on this plate, which is cool. So I can just go ahead and connect the case automatically to this plate. I got a bigger Pelican case coming, so I'm pretty stoked about that. And I'll just put these foot pegs in that case. I don't really intend to have a passenger, but I mean, just pop out that cotter pin there and these will come right off. So that's the first thing I am taking off. Next is I'm gonna remove the mirrors and put on some double takes. All right, those are off. So I keep bumping them and they flip up and everything. They're getting away. So I took those off and, you know, whatever, no big deal. If you don't have double take mirrors yet, you should really consider getting a pair of these mirrors. They are fantastic. I swear by them. I mean, they're a little spendy, but they are totally worth it, in my opinion. All right, I've got the double takes on, little tank bag going on. I got those passenger pegs off, which I think are going to make a difference. So it's time to go and start riding and braking this nice new KLR in. Ooh, man. So we're going to have to get rid of yeah, right. That's funny. Yep. Have to get some bark buster soon. Okay, let's ride. The stock tires are Dunlop K750s. They got some knob on it, but not too aggressive. We'll see how these turn out. Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust that shift lever down there. I've got the moon boots on now, so it's taking a little more work to get that shift lever going. But I took the, as you saw, I took those passenger foot pegs off, and I'm not bumping back there anymore, so that's cool. And I've got the double takes on, much better. Now we get to go through the whole process of breaking this machine in. 600 miles is the number. So for the first few hundred, I got to be somewhat conservative. Some may say you should just ride it like you stole it. But, you know, I'll stick to the more conservative side of it, I suppose. And when I come to a stop, she's still a tall motorcycle. There's no doubt about that. I'm on my tiptoes right now. But it's manageable for sure. So I have to admit, I really like the fact that I don't have to deal with the choke anymore. I just put the key in it, turn the switch, and hit the ignition, man. I love that. And as I mentioned, I wanted to go with fuel injection just because of where I live geographically. I get a lot of well, I mean, drastic elevation changes, so you know, it gets pretty hot out here in the summertime, and I want to ride up in the mountains then dealing with the carburetor just, for me, is just an annoyance. For some people, no big deal, but I don't want to deal with it. So this made much more sense. And you know, if I gotta be really honest, I love the color of this bike, man. It's beautiful. So I don't intend to keep the stock tires on very long. I'm gonna want to get those off pretty quickly. And I've been pretty happy with, I was really happy with the Kenda 270s on my other KLR. I may go with those, or I may go with the Tusk D Sports. I'm not sure yet. I don't want to spend a lot of money on tires, but once again, the old saying, you get what you pay for. But I've been happy with both tires, the Kenda 270s and the Tusk D Sports. I've rode the 270s on the KLR, my previous model, and also my XT250. And the Tusk D Sports have worked out really well on my Honda CRF 300L. So I'm happy with both tires. All right, I got a good strong breeze coming at me on my right-hand side here. And that little windscreen, I guess it's working good enough. I'm not catching it on the helmet. And the throttle's really touchy right here, around 39, 40 miles an hour. I mean, that's me kind of jerking the bike there, just barely touching the throttle. I need to be more smooth with it, I guess. Oh, the break-in period. What am I up to now? 28 miles? I got a ways to go. She's checking out that motorcycle. Did you see that? Anyway, take a run up through Snow Canyon State Park. Speeds are low, and I'm going to kind of keep the speeds down for the first 100 miles. And then I'll make my way up to higher speeds. I kind of glanced over the manual briefly. I didn't really spend too much time looking at the break-in. I just kind of 600 miles, take it easy, you know. That's pretty much the reoccurring theme. So, and then at 600 miles, just change the oil filter, maybe just check everything. I'm not sure if I want to take it to the dealer or do it myself. But we'll see. I wonder if I should go ahead and Loctite all the bolts on this thing, because in my other model things just seem to rattle off it. I don't know, maybe the vibration won't be as bad on this one, but it doesn't seem to be. But I haven't really rode this bike at higher speeds yet, so maybe touched 50 miles an hour just for a very short period, and I didn't find it too bad. I've now been at it for about half an hour and my hands aren't numb, so that's good. It is a pleasure to stand on a KLR, I will admit that. For me it is. I seem to be the perfect measurement for this bike, where I'm not squunched over anything. I feel like I could do this for quite some time, although I really do want to switch out the foot pegs. They're not very good. But I knew that getting into this, so it's no surprise. Speed bumps. I think the suspension is going to be just fine for me. I maybe weigh 170 pounds, so I think it's going to be just fine. I'm not going to be jumping ditches or anything, so I'm not too worried about it. It's not something I am planning on changing. But it's a beautiful day for a ride. Nice and cool early spring before the heat really kicks in. And that brings me back to the carburetor. See, and the elevation changes, because it's good down here, but a few weeks it'll be 100 degrees already, and I'm going to want to go ride this thing up into the mountains. So it'll be nice to not have to deal with that carburetor issue. I still feel like this is a much slimmer model than the Gen 2 or 2.5. The fairing here seems a lot thinner. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to the bike, or I don't know. It does seem like it's slimmer though, and it seems like it's easier to mount or get on than my other KLR. as I mentioned at the start. I don't know. Well, I have to admit, thus far, I'm pretty happy with the bike. I've only got 33 miles on her, but I think this is going to work out just fine. Just fine indeed. I'm ready to get her geared up and out and about for some moto camping. That's what I really want to do. So we'll be doing that soon enough. Now that Jen's got the Himalayan broken in, I gotta get this one done, and we'll be on it, baby. Oh, nice day indeed. So I don't think I mentioned the price of the bike, and I did mention what model it is. This is the base model with no ABS, and I got this out the door for $8,100. That's a pretty good deal. That's tax, tags, title, all that good stuff. Pretty good deal, I'd say. And the sale of my other KLR pretty much paid for 3/4 of this bike. Maybe not that much, but quite that much, but over half. So that's, I mean, it's a seller's market for motorcycles right now. And that's the cool thing about the KLRs. They do hold their value. I believe I also mentioned, and if you don't know, there are 3 models available for 2022. There's the base model, this one here. There's the Traveler model. That's the kind of red one with I think that has like a little case on the back of it. And then you've got the Adventure model, which is the digital camo with some guards and some extra lights on it and little panniers. I looked really hard at an Adventure model in Las Vegas. I mean, really hard. Like, I almost pulled the trigger on it a few months back. And I went back again and looked at it again, sat on it, and I don't know, I couldn't do it. And like I mentioned, all I would have done was pull everything off and replace it with other stuff. So I was like, I'll wait until I can find a base model. And like I said, also, I like the color better on this one, on the base model. This is the one I wanted color-wise. So I just went with this, and I'll, mod it out as I see fit, and it'll be better gear, I think, than what Kawasaki was offering with their Adventure model. That's just my opinion, of course. Those of you with Adventure models, I'm not talking any shit. I'm just saying that I'd want a little more on it. But everyone that has the Adventure model seems to love it. So I was right there. I was gonna get one, but it really only came down to color. I gotta be honest, over everything else, I like this color better. If they would have had an Adventure model in this color, I would have bought it. Wouldn't have thought twice. So that's where I'm at. All right, I'm at 40 miles now. I want to get another 10 miles on her. I think the tires won't be too squirrely after that. You get that initial slick rubber off. I checked out some reviews on these particular tires, the Dunlop 750s that come stock on this new KLR. And the reviews are kind of a mixed bag, like most reviews are anyway, but some say they're not so hot off-road and they work just fine on the asphalt. I wasn't expecting them to work too great off-road just by looking at them, but so far on the road, on the asphalt, they seem to be working pretty good. Man, ever since I moved those rear foot pegs off, it's much better. They just seem, man, they seem really close. And I think they are. And I kept bumping them with the smaller boots I had on this morning, and now that I got the moon boots on and those pegs off, I'm not having any annoyance from that. All right, I got a little wind on me. It's pretty much howling out of the west here to my right. It's doing about 45 miles an hour. And the windscreen does a pretty good job, to be honest with you. For me at least. I'm not sitting super high up because I'm not a tall person, so it's working pretty good for me. I don't think I need to deal with that currently, so I'm just going to leave that as it is. And of course the gusting from my right hand pushing me to the side, it's nothing to do about that. But the bike stayed up pretty good. I mean, it's weighty, 450 pounds or so. Did all right. No problem. The wind's not like just hitting me square in the chest. So yeah, working out pretty good. Well, I'm going to take her on the dirt briefly just to get an idea of how she feels with these stock tires on, which are the Dunlop 750s. See if she's pretty squirrely and just see how she does in the dirt. I mean, I'm presuming the bike handles just like the previous model I had will handle, but I could be mistaken. So we'll give a little ride on the dirt here, see what happens. I'm not anticipating anything too crazy, but I'm also not gonna ride in anything too crazy too. So just on the dirt. We're gonna get some dust on her today. She was so shiny earlier, and that's just about to change. Oh, she's handling the washboard about as you suspect. Not bad at all. Like I said earlier, she's really comfortable to stand on. I'm gonna have to change these foot pegs though. Not a fan. Not a fan. So the fairing here is making a interesting sound. I probably need to tighten some things up when I get back, but I don't know if the camera can pick that sound up. You can hear that kind of squeaking. Then when I hold it, you don't hear it any longer. So I guess maybe things just need to be tightened up a little bit, but it's somewhat annoying. So this is kind of a steep dirt road going down. I'm just kind of riding that back brake to see how she does, and it's pretty responsive. I like that. I'm almost tempted to ride up that hill, but I'm not going to. Okay. Oh, definitely gonna need that back brake. When I hit it, I want to know it's there. All right, good to go. Okay. Nice. Suspension's feeling good. Got some bumps here. I like it. I like it. There's that squeaking noise again. It's got to be the fairing. Okay. Let's drop down to first. Go down this. Ooh, okay, there goes the back end. Yep, feels like a KLR on the dirt. This will work though. Well, she climbs pretty good. First gear, that little torquiness of it, tractors right on up it. Second there. I'm gonna have to deal with that gear shifter. It's a little too low for my liking. These boots. Move it up a notch or so. Yeah. Now she climbs. Very nice. All right. There we go. Having a little trouble with that gear shifter. I need to adjust that. That's really squeaking now. It's definitely the fairing. I put my hand on it, shut the hell up. Okay. That needs to be tightened. Okay. All right. She's chirping away down there. Yeah, all right. Ooh-wee. Yes. Good. She feels good. So I'm sure you can hear that chirping of the plastic there. When I grab that fairing and hold it, you don't hear it anymore. So that's annoying to tighten all that down. But other than that, doing all right. All right, I just got over 50 miles and thus far I'm satisfied. Very happy with the bike. A couple little things like the chirping plastic on the fairing, not a big deal. Tighten that up, should be good to go. Need to adjust the shift lever a little bit, maybe notch it up a little higher. Other than that, man, I've thoroughly enjoyed the new KLR650. So folks, lots more content to come with this here bike, as well as the Honda 300, the Himalayan, the 250. Who knows, maybe there'll be more. And if you're new to the channel, folks, please consider subscribing. It really helps us out. We appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time, folks. D-Rock out. Adios.